Hey y'all, I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk a little bit, or a lot of bit. I don't know yet. We'll see. But it's been rough lately for me, and I want to create a safe space for everyone that is also feeling the same way. And sometimes it's just really hard for a lot of us to put how we're feeling out there for others to help us, especially when you're someone like me that is so prideful and it just doesn't really help from anyone. Definitely becomes a way bigger challenge. But yeah, like I said, it's been rough, and I haven't necessarily been at 100 for a while, and I don't know, I know that the human brain is not meant to be at 100 all the time. I know that. It's just not. We're just not created that way, right? But when you're like me, chemically imbalanced, it's really rough to ever hit 100. And for me, it's I sometimes, for the most part, can't even go past a 60, you know? I see it like a phone that won't charge all the way, or a phone that dies down really quickly. That's what I feel like. I feel weak sometimes. I feel taken advantage of a lot. A lot. I have this weird feeling all the time that nobody likes me, nobody around me wants to really even interact with me. And I know that's not true. I know. But in the moment, your brain spirals, right? I'm so sorry, I'm so buggery. Give me one sec. Sorry, I had to go clean out my boogers. Again, I am not one to be vulnerable in front of other people. So the fact that I'm even doing this, it's a lot. It's a lot for me, y'all. So give me a pat on the back, please, or a round of applause. That'd be great. But yeah, like I said, your mind kind of just spirals in the moment, and you kind of think to yourself, man, this person's so cool, but do they even like me? Kind of thing. Do they even want to be friends with me? Do they even want me around? Do they not want to hang out anymore? Why are they acting so weird? Hyperfixating on things people say is also a really bad thing for me. Something I really struggle with. But yeah. Anyways, I just want to talk about some of the stuff, that's been really bothering me, and just stuff I'm really tired of keeping in. First things first, I was sexually assaulted by someone in my family, and this was 5-6 years ago now. 5 years ago. And when it first happened, it was really hard because I was young. I was really young. I had just started high school. I was just about to start high school, so I wasn't even in high school yet. But at the time, it was just really hard for me to process. I wasn't too sure, what to think of it. what had happened, what was done to me, and that for me was really hard. I didn't really process it the first year, but when I think like 1 or 2 years hit, it really started messing with me. Like, I really started to feel different. I started to feel different. I didn't feel like I was in my own body. It felt like a piece of me was ripped out. And I struggled a lot. I didn't tell anyone for 3 years. I want to say 3 or 4 years. I didn't tell anyone. And I just kind of battled through it and said, you know what, like, I'm just gonna figure it out, because what else am I gonna do? Like, nobody would believe me. And again, like, I've struggled with mental illnesses, depression for a long time, and you know, now being older, I realized that I didn't really like know that until this happened to me. And I want to say I didn't tell anyone for like 3 or 4 years, so I kept it in for a long time, and that was hard. Being a 14-year-old girl, not necessarily knowing what exactly had happened to me, because I had never experienced anything like this before. It was really rough. I felt like nobody was going to believe me. I felt helpless. Like I said, I felt like a piece of me was like ripped out, and I felt like I was in a chokehold, especially because this was someone that I knew. And it really challenged me, and it still does to this day, because it definitely takes control of my life. Unfortunately, I really try not to let it, you know, really get to me anymore, or really even think about it. But a lot of the patterns in my life I've noticed are literally because of this. It makes me the person that I am now, of course. Like anyone else, any experience, good or bad, is just really gonna change a person. But for me, like, it definitely made me a lot more of a, I don't know, it definitely made me a more impulsive person. It was like I was, and still am, stuck in this mindset that's like, this already happened to me, how much worse can I get than this, you know? Your body should be meant for you to share with whoever you want, you know what I mean? Not meant for someone to take advantage of that. And so when the age came around where I was able to modify my own body, it definitely made me feel like I got some of that control back. I'm sorry if I keep cutting this video. I'm trying to make this as raw as possible, but it's really hard when I have to keep blowing my nose. But telling my mom was hard. I struggled at a young age with, like, I don't know, like typical teenage stuff, right? Like smoking pot and whatnot. And so when my mom found out, it really upset her. And so it was like, why are you doing this? And so I remember that night so vividly because I cried all night. I mean, I woke up with like the puffiest eyes ever. It was really, really bad. But telling her was really rough for me because when she came to me that night wanting answers as to like, why are you smoking weed? You know, typical Mexican mom, right? I was like, Mom, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that's when like I broke down and like told her what happened, and that for her was like so hard. Like, I can't imagine what it's like to like see your child in pain and for them to be taken advantage of and for you not to know and come to find out like this happened like 4 years ago, and it was just, she took it rough. and I never really talked about it after that. And I struggled with like substance abuse at a very young age, and luckily like I had the strength to pull myself out of it on my own. But I really always like look back at it and it's like, what if I had it, or what if I hadn't done it in time, you know what I mean? And I mean, like, again, like, just ties back to like me feeling the way I am now. And I think I'm gonna make this like, I don't know, like a little, I don't want to say series, because to me this is more than that. To me this is courage, stepping out of my comfort zone, stepping out of my pride for sure. So no, like, this is not like your typical series, right? But it's raw and it's real, and I'm human. We all are. And we all just have to be a lot nicer to each other. We all just have to be so much nicer because so much is going on around the world. So many of us are going through so much that it's like we're all here with the same purpose, with the same goal, and that's to literally like survive. We're all on survival mode. Doesn't matter how like poor you are, doesn't matter how rich you are, healthy, sick. We're all on survival mode, whether you realize it or not. And that's okay. I just want you all to know that, again, you're loved. You're loved. You may not think you are, but you are. I promise you are. Yeah, that's probably the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Not enjoyed this, but found comfort in it. Because if you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I love you guys. I love y'all. Whoever's watching this,